I don't have the equipment to deal with that, and it's also a lot of wind, so the flames can abruptly get really high and really hot like that. So if I'm close enough, I can get completely burned. I knew a lot of people that already got burned because they tried to fight the fire with their own means, you know. Cowardice, man. This is pure cowardice. A lot of birds get burned. Yeah, even birds, I know they can fly, but they're the nests. There are nests. And there are also lizards, there are insects, there are other kinds of birds that cannot fly in this place also. There are small canids like foxes, wild foxes in here. They're different from the European and American foxes, but I don't even know if in America there are foxes. But as you can see, this is pure cowardice, man. And the trees, they were made for this, you know. This bark, the tree bark, is thick with suberin. You see, it was made to endure the fire. The tree's still alive. But if you cut it, you can see that for each year there was a fire, there are marks, there are scars on the wood. They get registered on the wood, you know. So it's kind of a bummer, man, that people cannot just leave this be, you know, leave nature be. There are appropriate places for construction debris, but they just don't do it. It's just laziness, pure laziness. Look, and the fire just goes on, man. I don't have the equipment to deal with that, and it's also a lot of wind, so the flames can abruptly get really high and really hot like that. So if I'm close enough, I can get completely burned. I knew a lot of people that already got burned because they tried to fight the fire with their own means, you know. But the wind just gets stronger abruptly, and they got completely burned, like the whole body burned, because of one of these events when the wind blows and the fire just gets bigger and bigger. But you see, now it's slowing down. But as soon as the wind picks up again, the fire is gonna get really high, the flames get really high, and you cannot be in a situation like that. Look. You cannot be in that situation really close to the fire without the proper equipment. This is for firefighters only, you know. And I already called them. They said it was already registered. And look, all the birds are flying around because they know this is really bad. Look how fast it spreads. Look, when it catches on the grass, the dried grass, picks up and gets real nasty real fast. Look, let me try to zoom in. Those flames are high, man. It's really, really dangerous to be close to this fire. I do not recommend anyone to try to fight fires like this because it's just humanly impossible. So this is the result of the Brazilian culture that thinks fire is made to clean things. Why do you need to clean a forest, man? There's nothing here to be cleansed. It's not dirty. You see, it's not gonna make your house cleaner because insects and other animals and whatever, all it's gonna do, it's make it even dirtier, because all the smoke and the ashes, they travel high distances because of the wind. I just put my clothes to dry after washing, and now they're covered with ashes, and I live like a kilometer from here. No, it's not a kilometer, let's say 600 meters, and it's all my clothes smell like smoke, covered with ashes from here, because of this stupid culture that people have to use fire. It remounts to colonial times when people used to open the forest so they could pass through to make roads and to make villages and all that stuff. But nowadays there's just no excuse. Oh, the smoke is kind of making me sick right now. I have to move on. So this breaks my heart, man, because year by year it gets emptier. I mean, when the rain comes in the end of October, beginning of November, all of this is going to be green again. But year by year, fire by fire, it's going to get emptier. You know, some trees will not survive this fire. Most of them will survive for the next year. Some will not. And maybe in the next fire, some of those that survived are not going to survive the next one. You see, this is not your home. The people feel the need to put fire on it, and it's just plain criminal intent, you know. When it is in your house with your trees, your leaves, then it's okay, you will be able to control. But when it's an open area like this, it's just pure cowardice. It's a criminal intent, you know. And I called the firefighters. They registered already what's going on here, and it's in so many spots. It's crazy. It's like someone came here and there and here and there and in other places, and the intent is to burn it all down. Yeah? And the firefighters take a long time to get here because there are many other forest fires going on at the same time, because this is the season for it. The firefighters don't have enough people to be everywhere all at the same time. You see, there's so many spots. It is pretty obvious to me that someone passed through here and started this fire with a criminal intent. Started in many different spots, and with just a trail like this, the fire spreads. So it's been through here already, burned half the tree already, and it keeps spreading because of the wind and the dried biomass. Look, the Velosia squamata, the canela giemma, all burnt down. But it was made for this, to endure the fire. But naturally, the fire only occurs from like in a 100-year basis, 50-year basis. It's not a daily basis, not a yearly basis. It's not supposed to be like this. Look at that smoke. That's a hot spot. Probably cached on some garbage and construction debris. Look, it's just ridiculous, man. And this one is a lucky one, survived, but it's probably not gonna bear good fruits now. It barely survived. Look at the leaves, they're dry. It's like they're dead. The flowers survived. It's Anacardium humile. It's like a small cashew from the Cerrado I showed you before. I was a lucky one that survived. Makes me lose my faith in humanity. As if we need more reasons for that. Right? We don't. A lot of people don't even care. Oh, it happens every year. Yeah, some patriot you are, aren't you? This belongs to the people. This is for the people. It happens every year. Why should I care, right? There's some firefighters coming here already. They have the proper equipment to fight this. Let's see some action. This is nice. Kind of dangerous to be in here, but boot is at the end of its life anyway. Look. I could get burned right now. Almost got. Because it catches on and then it's gone. Look. There's not even a way to save things like this, man. It's really sad. Really pisses me off. The wind picks up and from one second to the other you could be dead, man. Burnt alive because of this. Trying to save this tree and this tree. Ugh. The smoke is really fucking bad. Ugh. Goes further. No, you stubborn flames, not today. All right. This is a jatobá Hymenea stygonocarpa. It's one of the smelly fruits I showed you before, one of those previous videos. God damn it. It's really hot, it's no joke. Even small flames like that makes your foot all, and this is because I'm wearing boots. But it really warms up the boot from the inside too. Oh, there's more guys fighting it now. Least I can do is spare them from these small spots that I can do by myself. This is why it's called the cerrado, because you cannot walk in a straight line on when you're on it, off the trail, you know. The other teams are really close. All of this could be avoided if the authorities could keep watch on it, in the place a little bit more of the debris being thrown, about the bad practices that these people have to also set it on fire. Eu encontrei com outra equipe ali pra cima, eles estão indo pra lá, que tem mais uns focos pra lá.
Pra lá, né?
Aham.
Você encontrou com outra equipe. Encontrou?
São só duas equipes? Só vocês quatro?
Não, é uma equipe. É só uma equipe só, tem quatro.
Ah, tá, entendi. Aí vocês espalharam pra ser mais eficiente, né? Isso. Tá certo.
Pegar esse flanco ou pegar outro flanco lá embaixo. Pra lá mesmo.
É, pra lá. You guys are trying to identify where the crackling of the fire is coming. And it's in this direction, so they're gonna follow it.
Essa plantinha mó cheirosona é lavanda?
Essa aqui, né? Parece a lavanda, né?
Não, né?
É essa aqui mesmo.
É. Lavanda, é? Nossa, eu combatendo, ela passou no meu nariz assim, eu falei, caraca.
And that's it. Valeu, hein, mano. Bom trabalho aí, guerreiro. Yeah, these guys, they're going to be the whole day in here fighting this fire, man. Makes me really happy. They're actual firefighters. They're military firefighters. This is the right thing to do. The high tree, the tall tree is Boudica virgilioides. It's a sucupira preta. I'm almost out of battery. See you soon, world. Have a nice one. But there's a parrot right in that tree. It's really quiet right now. It's looking at me. Look. These woods, they have a lot of parrots. And this one, poor guy, is alone, but they travel with many others. Usually they go to my house because there's a palm tree in there with small, very small coconuts. They make so much noise. And there are parrots this size, and there are smaller parrots, and there's also the macaws. This is the green parrot, kind of scared because of the fire, of course. Hey little guy. Hope you and your family survive. Really cool. Now let me get the fuck off here. This is where it originates. It's pretty obvious to me that this whole thing started here, and the criminals even went further and spread the fire to other places. This is obviously the origin of the fire. This is obviously the origin. One time I confronted them and they told me to go to the police. They don't even care. They told me that. And it was risky. One of them went for to his car and threatened to get a gun, and the only thing I could do was run. Look at all the debris. There's even lamps. These people are nasty, man. Broken lamps. So tell me, is this criminal intent or what? And the law even states there's a aggravating factor that this has been done in a Sunday. So in weekends and holidays, this kind of activity is aggravated. If someone catches these people doing this, they could spend 3 to 6 years in jail. You see, there's a law to protect our nature. There's a law to protect our forests. There's just not enough police. Just take a look at Brazil in the map. It's a huge place. There's no way to control everything and everyone.